Stay tuned and watch the whole video. Hi, this is Jedi's for Jesus coming back at you. Today on this video I'm going to be talking about masks. Going to be showing quite a few videos on this. On previous videos what I've said is there's so much information out there that you can get, whether it's somebody else out there making a podcast or something on YouTube and going ahead and giving us the information, and they're going out there and researching it and talking to doctors and talking to nurses, talking to good government officials. There's so many people out there that don't believe that wearing a mask will help, but what do you expect with what was told to us in March and now what is told to us here in August? So the video I'm about to show you, it's about 2 minutes in, and we've all felt like this. We're probably so frustrated with everything that's going on. So without saying anything else, here's that video. This is not the first time that I've tried to get this video out here. It's been censored. I went ahead and edited some of the things out, and the next video you see over here is basically to get you to go on the bottom down here and go ahead and click on the link once you finish watching this video, and you'll get to see the interview with this doctor. It got pulled off because CBS has copyright. Also, this video right here also got pulled off. YouTube didn't allow me to have it. Watch that with the link on the bottom here, but he does say quite a few bad words in there, and when I had it on here I edited all those bad words out. So again, on the bottom, just go ahead and you want to be informed on what is going on out there. Also on the bottom, as I said earlier, that there's a link to the Highwire that's going to be on the bottom there too. I'm going to try posting this video once again, and hopefully I took enough out that it's not going to be censored and not able to be put out here on YouTube. Alright, this is the video that got deleted. It was episode 170. I had part of it on this YouTube video, and what you need to do is go to thehighwire.com and you can go to this webpage and you can watch this man's videos. They're absolutely great videos. His name is Mr. Bigtree, and the one that is the next best thing to watch would be this one right there, the cyber attack on truth. Go ahead and click on that and watch that, because there is so many things that are being censored these days. So that's the one you need to watch. And if I went ahead and put this on YouTube, played any part of this video, it would be censored.
Did you notice that this show doesn't have any commercials? I'm not selling you diapers or vitamins or smoothies or gasoline. That's because I don't want corporate sponsors telling us what to investigate and what to say. Instead, you're our sponsors. This is a production by our nonprofit, the Informed Consent Action Network. If you want more investigations, more hard-hitting news, if you want the truth, go to ICanDecide.org and donate now.
I went ahead and left part of the video in, and hopefully I don't get censored again.
I want to ask you something. How many times, especially recently, in the last few weeks, have you found yourself rising in the morning, you wake up, you look at the ceiling, and you have that moment where you realize this is not a dream. This is still happening, and you know, that idea of waking up on the wrong side of the bed, you're immediately aggravated that this whole stupid thing is going on. Well, I probably wake up like that more often than not. And I usually roll over and I grab my iPhone and I look to see, you know, what's happening in the day. Well, and then, you know, you sort of look through videos. And the other day I was like scrolling through, just getting more and more annoyed at how ridiculous this whole thing is, when I came across a video where someone actually said and stated it exactly like I felt in that moment. It was so fantastic that it actually changed my day, and I felt like I'd gotten it off my chest. Here is that video. See if you have the same response.
After waiting for 2 hours and now getting 2 minutes, I'll get right to the point. This board is pretending that for the last 3 months, your emperor, Dr. Levin, has not been against a mask declaration. Now, all of a sudden, we're pretending that masks are everything, even forcing speakers to use masks. I would like the board to take a position. Was Dr. Levin wrong for those 3 months? And if he was this wrong, why has he not been removed? Why has he not been fired for being so catastrophically wrong? Or do you not really believe he was wrong? You're just wearing these masks because it is a signal of your great virtue. Because for the last 3 months, we have not worn them, and Ventura County has done outstandingly well and continues to do outstandingly well because we are not Los Angeles, we are not New York City, we never were going to be any of those things. Ironically, this is one of the few things Dr. Levin was actually right about. He has been wrong about everything. He is the one who told us we would have 400 to 600 hospitalizations a day. He revised that to 200 to 400 a day. We still haven't reached that in 1 day. We're barely over 200 for the entire ordeal that you guys have put us through. We now are panicked over 51 total hospitalizations in a county with 8 hospitals. Can you people do math? Can you please do basic math and understand where we are on this? This is not a crisis. You, however, have created one. You, in an effort to try to prevent all death, when we've had 43 deaths, have now ended all relevant life. And you should all be ashamed of yourselves. And this will never be forgotten, ever be forgotten. You will all be held accountable eventually, in this life or the next. You all better hope there is no hell, because when you die, that's where you're going. And guess what? You're not going to be dying.
My name is Del Bigtree, and I approve that message.
Pretty funny in a way, but in another way, it's like so much frustration. We've all felt that way. We probably would love to address the government that way. So they go ahead and talk about the cases. It's this many cases. Not too many people are talking about the deaths. The deaths are going down and down and down, but the cases are going up. And the reason for that is there's more testing. I left this part in also, but again, it's on the bottom. This is another part of the video that got censored.
Do you understand why there shouldn't be a certain class of journalists that are okayed to tell certain stories that come from okayed sources? You understand that's the whole point of journalism? Is to question sources? That's the whole point of it. In a free society that now we're living in an age where journalists are afraid to ask basic questions?
We're trying to bring you the truth, and we need your help. Man, are we under attack here, right? The truth is under attack. I want to prove...
Continue to watch the rest of this video. Go ahead again on the bottom. Click on some of those other videos that I have. Be informed. Be educated. There is so much information out there that the mainstream media is not reporting. So,
with the number of new cases of COVID-19 still high, almost 39,000 reported Sunday, at least a dozen cities and states have decided to roll back their reopenings. Florida has banned bars from serving customers, and Broward County and Miami-Dade have closed beaches ahead of the Independence Day festivities.
We burned through 90% of our savings during the first shutdown, keeping this place alive. And it's just, at what point will this end?
Masks are now mandatory in Pensacola. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis blames the continued spread on the social activities of young people.
You're seeing it in those groups who are less at risk, but you're seeing them test positive at much higher rates.
California, in a reversal, is shutting down bars in Los Angeles and several other counties, just 1 week after LA bars had reopened from the lockdown.
We're seeing more younger patients who are getting admitted to the hospital. People are not wearing masks as much as they were before.
Mr. Vice President, welcome to First Baptist Dallas.
In Texas, which is seeing more than 5,000 new cases a day, Vice President Mike Pence wore a mask part of the time at Robert Jeffress's 14,000-member First Baptist Church, and at another event encouraged a crowd of over 2,000 to do the same.
Wearing a mask is just a good idea. And it will, we know from experience, will slow the spread of the coronavirus.
Many of the new cases in Texas are reported to be people who attended protests against the death of George Floyd. Cases have also gone up in Nevada less than a month after Las Vegas casinos opened. Appearing on Meet the Press, Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar said the death rate and hospitalization rates were the lowest in 2 months, but also called this a very serious situation and said Americans had to take action to slow the spread of the disease.
The window is closing. We have to act, and people as individuals have to act responsibly. We need to social distance. We need to wear our face coverings.
Dale Hurd, CBN News.
Our CBN News medical reporter Lori Johnson is here with more on the surge in coronavirus cases. So, Lori, the number of cases is rising in several states. What about the death rate?
Well, the bright spot in all of this, Ephraim, is that the death rate is actually much lower. So that's good news. And we're also seeing fairly good news on the hospitalization front. Remember when this all first started, the main concern was not overwhelming our healthcare industry. The hospitals we saw in Italy where patients were being rationed with care, particularly ventilators, and we're not seeing that all in the United States. We're getting a little too close for comfort in some areas, such as in Houston. But really, Ephraim, we shouldn't have a false sense of security because it's only a matter of time, according to the health experts, when the spread from these young, healthy people, which is the majority of the new cases that we're seeing, it's only a matter of time until that reaches people who are most vulnerable, who are at highest risk of dying. We're talking about people over the age of 60 with these underlying health conditions like diabetes, heart disease, obesity, also lung disease. And so people who are at risk, we need to be very careful about the people they're interacting with because we know that almost half of the cases are asymptomatic.
Remind us where are the places where the virus can spread the most?
Inside, mostly. This is a very contagious disease, and we're seeing that a lot of spread in bars and inside close contact, which is, again, we know that masks work. We know that social distancing works. So when you're inside in close contact, particularly if there are a lot of people, those are the highest risk situations.
For a long time now, we thought the heat might slow the virus down. Is that not happening?
It is and it isn't. We know for a fact, a scientific fact, that ultraviolet radiation, like the kind from the sun, and also humidity, does kill the virus very rapidly. But you're seeing people going to beaches and then they go inside to bars, a dark bar that's air conditioned, standing really close, not masked, and people say, well, wait, I went to the beach and I got coronavirus. That's how. And we know that in shady places, talking about, gatherings at night. So the ultraviolet radiation and the humidity isn't always there, even in the summer. But we do also know that this coronavirus is extremely contagious.
How much does the virus spread in the coming months depend on what we're doing?
100%. We know that we have 125 deaths so far, one of the most reliable models, and we know that the models aren't always reliable, but one of the most reliable models says that we're looking at 180,000 deaths by October 1st. So we need to bring that number down. And again, masks work, social distancing works. We've got to wash our hands and do all those things that we did from the very beginning. A lot of folks, when we see the gradual reopenings, have this sense that, oh, it's over, it's behind us, and it really isn't. We need to stay vigilant, and it's really hard when we see some people doing it and other people not doing it.
Before we let you go, many still surprised at the spread among young people. Why are we seeing that now, you think?
Yeah, and it's really strange. Also, we saw a 17-year-old die in Florida, so young people are not immune. We see the vast majority of serious cases in older people, but it's these underlying causes, Ephraim. And again, obesity is one of those underlying causes, and diabetes, asthma, and things like that we do see in young people, which makes them at greater risk. So really, no one is immune from this, not even young people, but the majority of people are older.
All right.
I hope that gave you more information that you did not know before. If you felt led by this video or another video that we have on there, it's like always on the bottom of our videos down here, we're gonna have a link to another video where you can give your life to Christ. Later on, we would like to know if you did that, and you can contact us in many ways. And again, we'd have the links down there on how you can do that. We would really like it if you go ahead and subscribe here. Go ahead and give a thumbs up, and then we'd really like it because if you click on the bell, you would be notified when a brand new video gets posted to our channel. And we're just excited to be doing this. This is just a new adventure. And this is Jedis for Jesus signing off for this week. Thank you.